I don't know. I want to shaking it. I want to screen.
I'm ready.
Okay, Theodore von Kármán, an Hungarian-American mathematician, aerospace engineer, and physicist, says, and I quote, "Scientists study as it is, but engineers create the world that has never been." And with that beautiful quote, a beautiful welcome to Daring and You, an educative program where we encourage young school leavers, build the confidence of secondary school students as well as prospective admission, choose engineering as a course of choice in the ivory towers. In this field, we have a lot of engineers that have carved a niche for themselves, and many are still thriving in this field. On Engineering and You, we meet the professionals, share opinions, tap from the wealth of experience of the elders, and cross-fertilize lofty ideas in the engineering field. This program is proudly sponsored by engineer Mrs. Fumilayo Wahid Adekojo, FNSE, and powered by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, at Belkuta. And our guest for today's edition of the program is already seated with me in the studio. And as usual, we do have a question for the day. And for the secondary school students as well as prospective admission seekers, you can also use this opportunity to answer questions and also ask questions from our guests on each edition of Engineering and You. And for the last winner of the question of okay, we have Ogunwobi Darasime. You are yet to come with a gift. Please do come around and get in touch with the producer on 0706 378 2632. Who is our guest on this edition of the program? He is no other than Engineer Akinola Rahmon Solanke, MNSE, MNIEEE, and he has a Bachelor's of Science in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from the Olabisi Onabanjo University, OOU, Agowe, Ogun State. He is the current power plant engineer at Viathan Engineering Limited. Today is a registered engineer with the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, COREN. He is a corporate member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE, and Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, NIEEE. Engineer Akinola has received training in instrumentation in plant process, modern fire safety management, and basic first aid training. He is the current General Secretary, NIEEE, Abeokuta Chapter. Engineer Akinola Rahmon Solanke, MNSE, MNIEEE. You're welcome to Engineering and You on OGBC 90.5 FM.
Good evening, and thank you, our esteemed listeners.
We're indeed honored to have you in our studios this lovely evening, sir. Then, do you think engineering profession is impacting the Nigerian society positively? Let us start from there.
Okay, first, what's engineering? So, engineering is the practice of safe and environmental application of scientific laws for the benefit of mankind. So, if you look at that statement, whatever benefits mankind must make a positive impact in the life of man. So let's look at the main goal of an engineer. The main goal of an engineer in life is to make positive impact in the society. So let's come down to the Nigerian context, where we are today and where we've been before. Before, we never had a lot of technology around, never had a lot of buildings, but with the growth and positive impact of engineering, today we have a lot of roads, bridges, good road network, communication improve agricultural processes. So engineering has really impacted positively in Nigeria, considering the level of economical development and betterment of life. So with this, we can agree that engineering has impacted positively on our society.
Okay, so you want to affirm that engineering has in no small measure contributed to the socio-economic development of our dear country, Nigeria.
Yes.
If you just tuned in, the program is Engineering and You on your super loud station, OGBC 90.5 FM. For those who are interested in answering the question for the day, this is the question. What is the hardest natural substance on earth? What is the hardest natural substance on earth? You can call 0803 437 9453. 0803 437 9453 or 0815 032 0226. We still have as guest Engineer Akinola Rahmon Solanke, Mnse, in the studios this lovely evening. Engineer Solanke, what, in your opinion, makes electrical electronics engineering more important than other areas of specializations in engineering?
Well, every aspect of engineering.
Every.
Yes. Let's take a look at this studio now. Let's take away the structure here. We'll be having this program in open skies. Let's take away the good road network. How will I get here? If not for this aspect, if not for civil engineering. Let's take away food. If not for agric engine, how will I feed? How will you feed? So every aspect of engineering is important. If not for mechanical, how will we have the industry? Electrical engineering came into being during the second industrial revolution. And what gives electrical the edge over other aspects of engineering is that electrical has a touch in every facet of engineering. If you look at the civil engineer for today, when they want to work, they make use of softwares. These softwares run on platforms. Those platforms are made from electronics. You look at the mechanical people, when they make their processes, in order to make it more automated, you see they bring in electrical. So with that, having touches in every area of engineering gives electrical electronics that edge all over under engineering, but all engineering aspects are important.
Is it because of the fact that it deals with anything wiring? Because anything related to engineering, sometimes, most especially, not going to the area of civil engineering anyways, but when we talk about mechatronics, when we talk about electrical and electronics, when we talk about mechanical engineering, at least wiring has, one way or the other, that is actually area.
Like I said, started during the second industrial revolution, and that was when man started evolving truly in building a better life. So that makes electrical, and today almost every process is automated. You have involvement of electrical and electronics in every process. Take away power, nothing would work. Even in this studio, take away the transmitter, what would work? All these are products of electrical electronics.
If you just tuned in, the program is Engineering and You on OGBC 90.5 FM. We still have Engineer Solanke as our guest this lovely evening. Engineer, how lucrative is engineering profession? I know that this time around, your area, because I'm going to take you to your area of specialization. So how lucrative is engineering profession, especially your area of specialization?
Well, engineering profession is very, very lucrative because anything that benefits man and solve problem for man will surely come with a reward or an honor. So now looking at my own area of specialization, like I said earlier, that it has touch in every aspect of engineering. So in the facet of modern life, electrical electronics has a touch. So that makes the demand for electrical electronics engineer to be on a high level. Go to your hospitals, you meet electrical engineers there. Come to your studio here, you have them here. Go to any facet, you will see electrical electronics engineers there. So that makes it a very lucrative and high in demand area of engineering.
Well, some people will say that the field of engineering is not really paying off. How true is that?
The field of engineering is seriously paying off, and I'll give an example.
Okay.
Let's take for instance the medical people. The government will tell you that okay, they supply drugs to the hospital, maybe 200 million. Then ask those, then check the government budget for roads, you begin to hear billions. Check the government budget for infrastructure in general, you begin to hear billions and billions of naira. So you tell me, you taking the small chunk and you taking the big chunk for project, who is paying more? Well, the only thing about engineering is that the money doesn't come at the moment you start. It takes time.
Now, let us go to the practical aspect of it, the human nature,
Sure.
perception to engineering in the society. Even if you see somebody who works on wire or something like that, you call them engineers. Now, what is the difference between somebody like a practitioner, a radionic, and a certified engineer? You know, the two, you patronize them.
Yes.
Or what is the difference? Because whenever you see these people, even by the roadside, even if they have their small kiosk, you even call them, despite not going through the walls of the school or institution, you still regard them as engineers. So, what is the difference between these electronics and these people and a certified engineer?
Yes. You see, back in the days, at the early stage of engineering, those people, that was where those people you call them craftsmen or artisans who had that skill to do something. That's where the word engineer began. But over time, it metamorphosed to people who have gone to school, acquire the required knowledge, and have been trained to practice in the field of engineering. So the major difference has been spelled out in what I've just said. Those who have gone to school, who have been trained as professionals to practice in the field of engineering, are the registered engineers. While those who have, one way or the other, developed the arts or the crafts are the other ones you are referring to.
Can we now say that their own contribution to the field of engineering can be written off? Those people, the
No, you
artists and the
cannot
craftsmen.
write their own impact of, because in the engineering family, we have the engineers, we have the technologists, we have the craftsmen
Craftsmen.
and the artisans. So everyone has a role to play. So you can't write the rules. Even to become an artisan, there's a level of education you have to acquire. To become a craftsman, there's a level of education. To become a technologist, there's a level of education with practice. So you can't write them off. Everybody is involved in engineering.
Engineer, let me now take you back in the day. But before I do that, for those who are just tuning in, the program is Engineering and You on OGBC 90.5 FM. Once again, the question for the day is, what is the hardest natural substance on earth? What is the hardest natural substance on earth? You can call 0803 437 9453, 0803 437 9453, or 0815 032 0226. What is the hardest natural substance on earth? And we still have engineer Akinola Rahmon Solanke in the house. Now let me take you back to the day. Back in the day, in your secondary school days, you know, some people say that what is the most difficult aspect of engineering studies? Some people, they say it is mathematics. Do you have a contrary opinion?
No, I do not have a contrary opinion to that. Because when you meet an average mathematician, they will tell you they can write a mathematical expression, be it abstract, be it logical, to solve, to explain the entire existence of the universe.
Hmm.
Imagine you, and as an engineer, this you have to apply both maths and science knowledge to solve problems. Comprehending that becomes a daunting task.
Hmm.
So, with that point, I still believe that mathematics happens to be the most difficult aspect of the study.
But you as a person,
Yes.
for you, because some people will want to tap from your faith, how you actually did it back in the day, in the
Yes.
secondary school. How were you able to conquer that fear, that mathematical fear, if I would say?
Yes. There back then I saw maths as an art. That's I practice every time. You know, one thing about mathematics, when you practice over and over, you become versatile in that area. So I make sure that since I knew I was going to the engineering field, I knew the importance of math. So I had to practice my mathematics like two times more than other courses. And I ensure that once I see any textbook that is okay, that can improve my knowledge, I go for that textbook.
Mathematics,
Physics.
further
Yes,
mathematics. The difference between mathematics and further mathematics. And how would you encourage people this time around? Because a lot of secondary school students are listening to us right now. They want to know how engineer Solanke was able to scale through. So how do you do it, and how would you just encourage them and motivate them not to fear mathematics?
well, At the start, when I was in my senior secondary school, I was also a victim of that.
Hmm.
Yeah, don't attend further maths class. Further maths is very difficult. Further maths is this, further maths is that. I forced myself, I attended the class. I messed up at the start. But later on, I just discovered that there isn't anything in this. Even further maths to me these days seems easier than mathematics. So, like I said earlier, continuous practice. First thing is you have to conquer your fear, because and you should not listen to the naysayers or whatever other people are saying. You have to remain focused, because I think that's one of the things that is lacking in society today. Most of the students, our youths are not focused. Even when it comes to it, some people will even tell you that math, anything mathematics, please don't call me. No, this math didn't come from heaven. Some people worked over it. Some people brought this solution. Some people were able to prove it. So if they can do it, you too
You
can do
can.
it.
0803-437-945 and 0815-032-0226. Do you have any question for our guest this lovely evening? Do you have any contribution as well? Listening to us on OGBC 90.5 FM, please do so by calling 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. If you're interested in answering the question of the day, what is the hardest natural substance on earth? What is the hardest natural substance on earth? 0803-437-9453. To God be the glory, Engineer Solanke, where you are in the field of engineering. What can make an engineer unsuccessful?
Well, first, what are the ethics or what are the characteristics or traits of an engineer?
Engineer.
So, apart from having the academic knowledge of engineering, so we have some traits or some characteristics that makes you a good engineer or that improves you in the aspect of in the area of engineering. Number one, you have to be someone who is self-motivating. You have to be ready to learn about emerging technologies and their applications. You have to have a good logical approach to problem solving. You have to be quick at solving problems. And also, you have to have a detailed orientation ability. And number five, you have to have this ability to be able to tutor young engineers, like in form of mentorship, showing them this is how it's done, this is how it's done. All these things I've said with other things, they are intertwined. A lapses on one affects others. So failure in any of this will make you an unsuccessful engineer.
What about lack of regular practice? Can we
Yes,
also attribute that to one of those things that can make one an unsuccessful engineer?
yes. If you do not practice, experience won't come,
Hmm.
growth won't come, exposure won't come. So it's important as an engineer you practice. And one thing about engineering, once you take engineering as a course, just know you have to keep learning throughout life. And to stress it, I have to also say this: good communication and written an ability to write is very important in engineering, because in engineering you are not just dealing with engineers alone, you are dealing with people in other fields. For example, a client approach you that, oh, I want to build a house. The client says it in terms of English. You have to be able to understand what he's saying and interpret it into mathematical processes and use to design what that client wants. So if you have a poor communication skills, you will be able to do that.
Okay, now Oluwabori on our Facebook page at Ogun Radio, we have received your answer to the question of the day, and you can just tell us your age and some details about you. You can equally do that on our Facebook page. If you are watching us live on our Facebook, just Google Ogun Radio. On Facebook, we are live, and on YouTube as well, Ogun Radio. OGBC 90.5 FM 0803-437-9453. As a power plant engineer, what are your duties and how can a young school leaver become one?
Okay. So what's a power plant? Let's start from there. So a power plant is an industrial facility which is used for generation and transmission of electrical power. So my duty at the power plant is to ensure the continuous what generation and transmission of electrical power through continuous monitoring that has to do with operation of source system and maintenance of that system.
So how can someone now become one? A young school leaver who wants to become like you.
The first step.
Where can he start from?
Okay, the first step during secondary school days, you should be in the science class. You should be in sciences, doing sciences. After that, make sure you have your 5 level credits to include maths, English, physics, chemistry, biology, the further maths or T technical drawing, as the case might be. Then from that, we all know the general body that regulates admission to any of our institutions. That's JAM. You apply for JAM. You pick. You look for schools that offer the desired engineering course, especially in this case, electrical electronics engineering, both at the university level and at the polytechnic level. Then you apply, you write your exam. If you pass, you gain admission to our institution to study. When you graduate, then you look forward to an opportunity to be tutored under a pupil engineer, to be tutored as a pupil engineer that works in that area. So from there, you start off as a papa.
You as an engineer, where did you start from?
Okay.
That interest in engineering, where did it start from?
My interest in it, well, I happen to be this kind of.
Or probably maybe it was coincidental.
No. I won't say. Don't let me say include. I know it all, but I happen to be this person that can fit into an institution.
Wow.
Back then in school, so as a result, I could offer me any course in science, including engineering. But when we were young, there's this issue of what's making noise in this thing. Why is this TV sounding like this?
Being inquisitive.
Yes. So, and our parents gave us this opportunity to try something. Although we damaged some things, we are sorry. We damaged
You need to apologize on the radio right now.
Although we damaged something back then, then you'd be like, I hope this man will not kill me. I remember with time we had a TV. We are the one doing the engineer on the TV ourselves.
Wow.
So something developed a serious spot. So they took it to the repair. The man was like, Baba, see what your children, see the connections in your TV. Yeah. But that didn't react badly. And from there, when you do some things, you try and solve some little electrical problems and you visit places where they are into core engineering stuff, then the interest are growing. And friends in class see, they be like, with the way you always look at engineering things, you should have a career in engineering. That's where the interest started.
Initially, you made some mistakes, but eventually you got it right.
Yes.
Now, how do you describe the concept of pupil engineering? Pupil engineer.
Pupil engineer is a young engineer that is just starting a career.
Is a pupil somebody who is just starting a career? Then, what is the importance of mentoring in engineering profession?
Yes. It's one thing to gain the theoretical knowledge from class. It's another thing to understand the application. In school, you gain the theoretical knowledge within the 4 walls of the class. But engineering requires a lot of application. So you have to go out there and gain experience in form of training, in form of learning. And the person giving that experience has to be the mentor area who has worked in that area before. So mentorship in general is very important because true mentorship is when you understand the professionalism involved in engineering, the exposure you need, the experience you need. Through that, you can build on and become a great engineer.
Okay, I think we have a caller on the line. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Valentine Oyedipa, I guess. Okay, please. Okay.
Then what exactly is the relationship between the two where we always act as electrical and electronic engineer? And I also believe that there used to be electrical engineer before, but now most times we see that electrical and electronic engineering.
Okay.
So I want to know the distinct, the dividing line between the two.
Okay. Thank you sincerely, I appreciate it. 003437945. Probably you can take one more suggestion, but while we expect the calls to come in, can you just react to that, please?
Okay. Well, the caller was right on the aspect of then you used to have electrical separate and now we now have electrical and electronics engineering. Well, I will just give you the short answer that when you are talking about electrical engineering, that's to do with dealing with, let me just say, in terms of dealing with high voltage, and electronics dealing with low voltage, high frequency. For electrical engineering, you are dealing with high voltage, low frequency. For electronics, you are dealing with low voltage, high frequency. So, and basically, electrical engineering deals more with AC networks, while electronics deals more with DC network. But where the two of them comes in line is that we've been finding application of electronics in electrical system in form of control and management of such systems.
Okay, gradually as we're questioning on this edition of the program, I want to put you on the spot this time around.
Okay.
Tell us one thing in your life that can motivate a young fellow to choose a career in engineering, especially in electrical and electronics engineering.
Well, engineering has taken me to a place I never thought I would be in this my short time of existence.
Wow.
And I know the future still looks bright. So sleeping and waking up every day as an electrical engineer gives me this feeling that something good still lies ahead for me.
Despite the fact from where you are now, because I would say that you're a successful engineer, so you're still going acme,
Yes.
the best at the higher services. Okay, now your parting shot on the show as we close on the program.
Well, my parting shot will be two quotes.
Okay.
One from Herbert Hoover, that's the 31st American president. He said, "An engineer, unlike the doctor, his life is not a life among the weak. Like the soldier, destruction is not his purpose. Unlike the lawyer, quarrels are not his daily bread. Was the job of clothing the basic bones of science with life, comfort, and hope." Also, Adam Scott, an economist, said, "Engineers like to solve problems. If there are no problems
They will
readily
create one.
available, they will create their own problem." And also, Barack Obama, the 44th president of America, said, "I wish we had lesser lawyers and more engineers." Thank you very much.
Thank you sincerely, and we wish you all the best in all your undertakings. Thank you sincerely. Our guest has been Engineer Akinola Rahmon Solanke, MNSE, MNIEE, our guest, and he is also the current General Secretary, NIEE Abelto chapter. Thank you sincerely for your time on the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm also use this medium to appreciate those that have been doing the inflow from behind the scene. We have Tito Lokwe Awubajo and Femi Akinola giving us the necessary support from behind the scene. Francis Show has been the ICT man. Special thanks to the producer himself, Abiodun Adelodun, not leaving out the executive producer, Toyin Shubeson. This program, Engineering and You, is proudly sponsored by Engineer Mrs. Fumilayo Waid Adekojo, FNSE, and powered by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, NSE Abeokuta branch. Unfortunately, we were not able to get anybody who got the question for the day, but notwithstanding, you can get in touch with the producer on 0706 378 2632 for your gift. Once again, the line 0703 070 378 2632. My name is Timmy. Please let's do it together. 6:30 next week Monday. Please do enjoy the rest of your Monday. It's bye for now.